Hey everybody, welcome to Christmas at TJ Jones Memorial Library. My name is Dan Erickson. I'm the PSEO coordinator here at North Central, and I'm joined by my friend.
I'm Shua Peterson, and I'm the reference and instruction specialist here at TJ Jones.
And today we are here to read The Christmas Crocodile by Bonnie Becker.
Illustrated by David Small.
Let's do it. The Christmas Crocodile. The Christmas Crocodile didn't mean to be bad. I mean, not really. Alice Jane found him on Christmas Eve under the tree. He wore a little red bow around his neck, and it was lovely, except for the fact that he ate it. Then he ate a couple of presents, just little ones. And he gnawed on Father's shoe and ate the wreath in the hall and ran away with the Christmas roast, which was a big one. He was eating up Christmas, and honestly, no one really knew what to do with him.
That is a really big Christmas roast.
What do you do with a Christmas crocodile? That's the thing I wonder about myself. Send the beast to Africa! Huffed Uncle Theodore, who had once hunted wild game there.
He must be put into an orphanage, fretted Aunt Figgy, who worried a lot, especially about orphans.
Everybody's got to worry about something. You know, well, you don't have to worry about stuff. But anyway, lock him in the back room, Alice Jane, instructed Father, while we consider the situation.
Better give him the pumpkin pie, said Mother. He still looks hungry.
Alice Jane crossed her arms and tapped her toe while the Christmas crocodile slunk into the back room. She closed the door and locked it with a firm click. But then she thought she heard him sniffing in there. Sniffing and sniffling, to be precise. Not feeling hungry at all, she slipped him the pineapple upside-down cake, along with the pie.
Wow.
She's trying to look out for this crocodile.
Generous.
Yeah. We could make him into a pair of shoes, said Uncle Theodore, who was busy considering things back in the parlor.
Or a pet for some orphans, said Aunt Figgy. I wonder whose presents he ate, said Cousin Elwood, who had finally finished eating all the fudge the crocodile had missed and could now speak. He's nice, said Alice Jane. Maybe we could keep him? Unheard of, protested Aunt Figgy. But it's Christmas, said Alice Jane.
Irrelevant, harumphed Uncle Theodore.
He's just a little hungry, that's all, said Alice Jane.
Perhaps the zoo would take him, said Father worriedly.
He needs a real home, cried Alice Jane. We'll think about it, dear, said Mother, and she sent them all to bed.
Christmas crocodile didn't mean to be bad. I mean, not really. But in the middle of the night, he ate through the back room door, swallowed 29 crumpets on the kitchen counter, a box of pralines, 1 fruitcake, 5 golden oranges, the left stove top burner, and a plate of those ginger star cookies. They were for Santa. Then he crept up the stairs. One room was open just a little bit. He nuzzled it open a little bit more. Inside, he found some tasty talcum powder, a feathered boa that tickled his tongue, and a swig of perfume. Just right. Then he found 10 pink toes, and he sniffed them. He licked them. Yum, thought the Christmas crocodile. Then he took a teeny tiny bite.
This crocodile has the appetite of like some dogs that I've owned. Ow! Aunt Figgy's scream shivered the cobwebs in the attic and made the dust dance on a bottle of wine in the cellar.
What a performance.
Thank you so much.
I'll save you, roared Uncle Theodore, waking with a start from a dream about cannibals.
Run for your lives, shrieked Cousin Edward. There's blood, gasped Aunt Figgy, pointing to a pinprick of red on her little toe. Where is he? Sighed Mother.
I love the bug-eyed.
I know. Did I do that?
The Christmas crocodile didn't mean to be bad. I mean, not really. They found him hiding under Alice Jane's bed. He tried to wag his tail in a friendly fashion, but it was too cramped. Into the cellar with him, commanded Father. The Christmas crocodile scooted sadly down the stairs to the basement. Shivered in the cold, but Alice Jane crossed her arms and tapped her toe. She closed and locked the door with a firm click. She went back to bed and lay under her warm blanket. She swallowed a lump in her throat. Somehow, it didn't feel like the night before Christmas anymore. So, she slipped out of her bed, her blanket held close, and crept quietly down the stairs to the basement. She wrapped the crocodile snugly, tucking her blanket under his chin. She found an old candy cane covered with lint in her bathrobe pocket. She broke it in two.
"One for me and one for you," she whispered.
The Christmas crocodile gulped happily and closed his eyes.
Precious.
This croc is getting fed. The cellar door creaked open.
"You know, he could be an orphan," hissed Aunt Figgy. Slipping inside, she tucked her hot water bottle under the crocodile's toes.
"A crocodile saved my life once," announced Uncle Theodore, coming in behind Aunt Figgy. "Decent chap, really." He spread his Zulu robe over the crocodile's tail. "Perhaps he's learned his lesson," said Father, peering around the door and holding up his red earmuffs.
"Is it time to open the presents yet?" yawned Cousin Elwood, stumbling in. He patted the crocodile on the snout and fell asleep.
Mother came last. She spread a fluffy comforter across them all.
"We couldn't leave him alone," she said. "Not on Christmas Eve."
Everyone nodded. The Christmas crocodile let out a contented snore. "Full at last," observed Father. Everyone sighed, and they all settled down to wait and watch.
Watch for what?
This Christmas crocodile about to do some crazy things.
Nah, he's sleeping.
I mean,
All right.
The Christmas crocodile didn't mean to be bad, and not really. But somehow, everyone fell asleep. Somehow, the crocodile slipped away, and somehow, he ate through the basement door. The next morning, in the parlor, the family found him looking alarmingly round. Alice Jane's blanket was gone. Aunt Figgy's hot water bottle was gone. Uncle Theodore's Zulu robe was gone. Father's earmuffs were gone. Mother's comforter was gone. The Christmas tree was gone. It was a blue spruce. All the presents were gone, except for one.
"Bump his stomach," yowled Elwood.
"Send for my elephant gun!" roared Uncle Theodore.
"Those were for the orphans," shrieked Aunt Figgy about the missing presents. "What's that?" asked Alice Jane, pointing at the one small present remaining. "If he didn't want it, it must be bad," Cousin Elwood announced.
"Quite so," agreed Uncle Theodore. Aunt Figgy nodded.
"I'll open it," said Alice Jane, and she quickly tore off the ribbon.
December 25th. Dear family, hope you like crocodiles. Love, Uncle Carbuncle. XXXOOO.
Gossip Girl. "It's for the Uncle Carbuncle," cried Cousin Elwood.
Good old Carbuncle, shouted Uncle Theodore.
"Carbuncle at last," breathed Aunt Figgy. "But we haven't got an Uncle Carbuncle," protested Alice Jane.
Since she was right, no one really knew what to say. But Alice Jane knew. It meant that the Christmas crocodile had been delivered to the wrong address. And sure enough, the doorbell rang.
Ding dong, the witch is dead. Sorry.
At the door were two delivery men. "Take him away," Father said firmly. The two men hoisted up the crocodile and staggered down the snowy steps to a waiting van.
"Goodbye," said Alice sadly.
The Christmas crocodile snuffled. One great crocodile tear ran down his snout. But then he saw the sign on the delivery van.
Oh, well, thank goodness he can read.
Carbuncle Vegetarian Cafe and Reptilian Petting Zoo. All you can eat. Eat, drink, and be wary.
Yeah. That's actually funny. I'll come visit soon, promised Alice Jane as they loaded him into the van.
Merry Christmas! cried the delivery men.
Merry Christmas!
Cried one and all. Christmas Crocodile didn't mean to be bad. I mean, not really. He waved his tail farewell, but as the van rounded the corner, it did rather look like a delivery man's cap in his jaws.
Sly little crocodile. Well, sighed Mother, peace at last. Yes, agreed everyone, except Alice Jane, who didn't say a word about the hatched egg that remained.
There's gonna be a new Christmas Crocodile!
Wow. Return of the Christmas Crocodile.
What a story.
Insane.
Thanks for reading that one with me,
Oh,
buddy.
of course, it was a pleasure.
All right. Merry Christmas to you.
We hope your holidays are full of rest and peace.
Good luck on those finals.